Hello, hello! Sorry for the delay. Welcome back to, we're returning to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles today. This stream was supposed to be yesterday, But as I said in the Earthbound stream, I was going to have to move it to today, due to scheduling conflicts. But, yeah, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I don't remember. I know we finished the last chapter, so we're starting off fresh, basically. I'll go for as long as I can. However, my throat will probably give out on me about 2 hours in. So that's what we're aiming for, 2 hours. But let's get right into it. Alright, goodbye, Undertale. Hello, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles! It's been a while! Oh, not load game. We continue, right? Yes, we're doing episode 5. We're investigating. Oh, The Hound of the Baskervilles. The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. Oh.
It's coming! Sholmes' cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us.
Hello, Sholmes.
Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear.
I was about to start raping.
Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles.
So our investigation has something to do with this, I wager. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. And that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country. And in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Ooh. 15th April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo Legal Consultancy. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Who's there? That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone... Oh! Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato, what's up? Susato-san?
Yes! Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today?
Are we summoned for court? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I?
Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me.
But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Yes! Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food.
She does, doesn't she?
And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form.
We're not called for court yet.
Let me see. What case is it today?
We're not called yet. Here we go again. Converts. Telegram. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean.
Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure we were woken up by that.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, but you're not going to get away with that.
Well, I didn't think I would. Okay.
Actually,
don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact.
You should tell me!
It was just a boring old telegram.
That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Oh, is it? It must be very related to you. Alright, I understand. Soseki-san. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he?
Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away.
A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well.
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
I was just wondering, what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London? That's all. Oh,
You mean, as regard
it's Lord Van Zieks,
the Reaper?
Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Oh, well, at least he's alive this time. Oh, the Reaper. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Well, yeah, this guy died. Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means
That the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps?
hopefully. I like Soseki. I hope he stays alive. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. Well, that's why we're having this chapter.
If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself.
Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. I assume still in court. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants.
No, I don't think so.
Apparently, Lord Van Zieks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Ah. Oh?
Yes, since Soseki-san's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems.
Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So, it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Just my luck. Poor guy.
I wonder if luck doesn't come into it.
Sorry? What was that?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all we have to say. Anything we gotta... We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already.
You could tidy up once in a while.
Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. I'm not sure about that. I would not be able to study with a massive pile on my desk. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause.
And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework.
Oh, Ryunosuke! She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here! Oh, that's cute. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san?
Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato makes me from time to time, and ours is unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover.
Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think?
Nothing on the window. Oh, what's this? Oh, tea stuff. So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Oh, I felt that. I don't like tea either.
Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san.
You really don't have to force yourself to drink it if, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face so. Anything else? You got a chest over here that I can't examine. Oh! The Darumaka. Oh, Daruma. The Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but But you have won, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. Aw. I'm sure by the time we get to the other side, it'll have things colored. Do you know, I've never seen you inside your room there, Suzato-san. I've never even peeped inside. I should think so too. A young maiden's private chambers is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know? Whatever you say, young maiden. Okay, there we go. That's how you do it. Yeah, it's been a while. I gotta... Oh, that's Suzato's corner! We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones, too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. I don't think... Is that a British invention? An aquarium? Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great, though, oh, is it? This must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! No, you mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances! Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. I prefer shrewd, perhaps. Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. I just wanted to inspect your desk. Oh, this is cute though. And then your desk is so much more nicer than Naruhodo's. It's so cluttered. Alright, let's head downstairs. With the furniture moving recently, this place is starting to feel like an office. Sorry about that. I had someone burst into my room. Alright. Let's head downstairs. '15th April. Sholmes Suite.
Oh. Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie.
Please tell me that's Sholmes playing the violin. Please tell me that's Sholmes. Good morning, Iris. Iris?
What is it, Runo?
What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Yeah, that's about right.
Ah, yes. You noticed that, didn't you?
Oh, you are trying, buddy.
Hurley isn't the best form this morning, it seems.
Oh, he's noticed us. Huh? Bro, you okay? Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Good morning? You okay, my guy? Good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before... Huh. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Oh, are you okay? Damn this blanched existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? You okay, buddy? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Huh? A cat! A cat! Hello, buddy! Oh, look. It's Wagahai. Oh, Waga, hi! Good morning, boy. Hello, Waga, hi. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? Are you allergic to cats?
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast! Oh, wonderful! Let me help you, Iris.
It would indeed be a fine day to die. Ah, I knew something looked different. Huh? Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. You okay, buddy? You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melissonant tones would make flowers bloom. It would? Oh, his briefcase is gone. But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddess of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have vowed, for days even, through the night I have endeavored, to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever! No more recitals of unbridled emotion! I think...
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraws. Oh dear. Ah! Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left, for pity's sake? What is left? You good? Oh, good. Back to your sulking pose. Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? The missing machine.
Mr. Sholmes, I don't like the pry, but... Your desk looks rather empty today.
Well done, Miss Susato. Your observation skills do you credit.
Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
Do they now? You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windibanks now.
Sorry? Is that a windy bank?
No, Windibanks, the Pawnbrokery.
Are we broke? What? You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work?
I do wish you had consulted us.
If your situation had become so desperate, I should have greatly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madame, things are far from desperate. Wait, why'd you pawn it then? But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine! How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? Doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Huh? Oh, what's to understand exactly? Yeah, what does that mean? How pawnbroking works. What did you gain in exchange? What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Oh, he loaned it. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned.
I had no idea.
This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see? Especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should they need to rise.
Oh, how ingenious! So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Whitney Banks, you see?
A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. You would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain.
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
Uh-oh. Well, yeah, I think you did, buddy. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. So... Where are you? Iris is here, but not Holmes. Oh, this is Iris's corner. Oh, that's cute. So, what's up with, Wagahai? Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then.
Oh, yes! And I've become very attached to little Waggy.
It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten to him. Yeah, he's kind of across the country, right? Or not, yeah, across the globe. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews as empty as the hearts of the muses.
Oh! Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan. I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect he would have taken him if he could. The pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason! Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed!
Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable.
Ah! A baby! Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Bruno! Look, I use this! It's my latest invention!
You didn't need to invent something for this. You could have just fashioned it together with regular tools. What is that?
I call it the Cat Flapobat.
Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats?
That's right! We can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And we can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
Oh, I think it's wonderful! You could use that to make money, even. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl.
Hehehe.
Okay. Oh! What's up, Wagahai? Oh, what was that? Wagahai? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, what's up? What was that?
Oh no!
Wagahai's tangled up in your oh no! Those are expensive! I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sholmes' precious violin! Alright, hang on, give me a sec. I gotta BRB and, do something real quick. I will be back promptly. Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry that took a bit. I had to bring in groceries. Alright, let's get back to Holmes's dilemma here. I shouldn't be surprised if the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Sholmes, what is up with you? What's wrong? Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
Oh, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Where is it? Where's the violin? How banged up is it? Ooh, ooh! So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't look anything special to me. I mean, yeah, some string instruments, it's not about the design, but rather the quality of the wood and like the manufacturing end of it. I happened upon it covered in dust, languished in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. Oh, hang on, give me a sec. I had to go run and do something real quick, that's my bad. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none! The strings is broken. Mr. Sholmes, What, dear madame, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies and released from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin.
It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Hmm? What do you mean, Mrs. Otto?
Ah, Susie's right!
Uh-oh, what's with the music? Uh-oh.
Yes. The tone of the wood is completely different.
And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? Did he get scammed? What's this? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? Is it a viola?
I believe
It's an entirely different instrument called a viola. Hell yeah! Viola gang, rise up. What? Oh, there he goes. Goodbye. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you right? You're right. You are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what? Pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? It's not a flotsam. A viola is a perfectly respectable instrument, I'll have you know. My viola is currently sitting in the corner of the room as we speak. Not your faithful performing partner, then.
Ah, I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what happened what's happened if we ask her. Alright. I want to see what's going around in here. Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it?
We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo.
She's so cute.
Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite.
That's scarily plausible, actually. There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high I can't help feeling the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? That's not what you said about my desk, Susato! It just looks messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself. What's with the double standard? No favoritism here, then. Sheet music here. It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy, with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous. How did you come to that conclusion? Alright, what's with the fireplace? The fire's burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photograph print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how what woman? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Oh. Or have... The woman? Wait, what achievement did I get? Huh? Wait, hang on. I want to check what achievement I just got. What? Oh. I got an achievement for examining the fireplace in Mr. Sholmes' suite with Susato. That's so funny. Are there any other... Okay, what else do we got? These are all mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases, I think. If he had been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would be on display here. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. Ah, what an entrancing collection! It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather. Like what's on my own shelves.
Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo.
No favoritism there at all. What's over here? What's on your place? Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain.
The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea.
Can I see the equations? This is where Iris notes down her ideas, isn't it? Let's see. What does it say today? Ah, the Wascombe Valley Mystery.
Oh, how intriguing! It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my! I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us.
Zoto-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. Alright, what's up here? That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too. But the contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems.
Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo! You can't deny it! I'm saving my money so that I can buy some chemistry apparatuses as well.
Blah, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Mr. Zato.
As useful as they are,
I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list. No, I'm sure it's fine. Typewriter? Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter. Look, as if she's about to start.
That reminds me,
When I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a fully fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Ah yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what I'll be doing too, once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth. Oh, I love Soseki. Looks like that's everything here. Her end is so much more neater compared to whatever mess is over here. Alright, hi Iris, what you got? Okay, mix up. What did you mean by a mix up, Iris?
well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibanks until last week.
At the Pawnbrokers? Not Mr. Shulm's beloved musical partner. Oh! There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hopes that it would experience personal growth?
Oh, what a wonderful idea!
Last week I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windibank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw! A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker! They will try to fiddle you every time! Isn't that... yeah.
But earlier you told us you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
Looks like you're back to normal. Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toes. What is he doing? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced?
You must visit Mr. Windibank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Mrs. Otto, without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your eggs ever more obtusely. Alright. See you no more. Let's go then. Alright.
Don't worry, Bruno. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Alright, let's go, Shoals. Looks like you're... yeah, looks like you're raring to go. New location. Okay. Mr. Sholmes is a regular, it seems. Okay, I was gonna say jewelers, pawnbrokers. Oh, it's quite literally just down the street. Where's the huge machine? 15th April, Windibank's Pawnbrokery. Where's the machine? I don't see it. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my! There are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Oh, Suzato-san, that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes! I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes! You're calling on matters of business, not pleasure! And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. And also judging by the fact that he is about ready to punch a man. Oh! Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back. Oh, you look so nice. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windibank of our ire. Come! The fight is afoot! Please don't punch him. Oh, you look so adorable. Violin. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes? The second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windibank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There is only one way to make amends. Huh? What are you doing? Oh, no! What? No! Don't shoot yourself! I actually... No! You do not have to! Put it down! Take that gun away from your head! I don't think that will be necessary, do you? Oh, Sholmes! What have you done? If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin, which I heard, here it is. You did? And when I turned to controvert you, he had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. No, it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault in this case. Sorry, I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, you do not have to. No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. But take it away, please. Oh, thank God. It would appear that the fight is over. Oh, that was scary! I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windibank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Sherlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? Haha, I do believe you'd be right, sir. Ha 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 ha! Let's either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I do need to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you brought through my door in the past. Oh, peculiar items? In the extreme, madame. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Sholmes or some such. Oh my! A new fully fledged novel? An unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean? No, Windermere, stop that! Forgive me! Wait, before you die, you must tell me more! Put it away from your head, please, I am begging you! I must know more! Tell me everything! Oh, Susato-san is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. Oh, I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Winterbank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. It has something of great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this. I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings, securely. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, of my life! Well, if you hold that gun to your head any longer, that life guarantee is gonna run out pretty soon. This is all very strange. Pawnbrokery. I wonder, can I ask you something? Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha! What your splendid attire, ma'am! 5 guineas, no less! The colors are exquisite, the design exotic! Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say! Oh my! 5 guineas, you say? How interesting! I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here. Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. And in that time, they repay the original sum to me, plus the agreed interest. Their items are happily returned. Well, what happens if they don't pay you the money? And the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me. So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then? That's right, ma'am. That's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense for me is to end it all. No, that is not. The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. This is the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning. Well, I must not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Huh? Oh, what measures? I engineered a simple device, which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank? Oh, what was that deep sigh about? Uh-oh. What's the what happened to it? What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. They are just 2 below the ceiling. Oh, a camera. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Oh! Oh, and it even tells you the time. Ah, yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive, it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look! Oh, this is about to be This is about to be evidence for something. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would summarily be exposed. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madame. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? I assume they're, like, staggered. One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. Huh? I beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You must graciously place not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all, which means I must pay for a high 100 utterly useless prints every day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I am very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heavens, help us! Oh, these are about to be evidence for things. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Oh, there it is. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop in, Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer! Please stop! I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not! Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's bad! That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes! So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last! Well, I guess we're looking around. Oh, we've already talked to him extensively, it would seem. Where's the contraption? It's in the ceiling, apparently. There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that are currently in pawn. Ah, I see! There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any lachrymous activity. Recommended or not, it's not something I tend to do. There's but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. Huh? How on earth did you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? I am a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain. Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder. How did you know that? I'm the prime suspect if this pawnbrokery has ever burglaried. This whole desk? Oh, we can look at it. Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there. Mr. Winterbank is nothing else very particular about recording the items he accepts. He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. Yeah, the gun! This revolver here. Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. Huh? I assure you, Mr. Winterbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon in a speed bellying his portly size. Oh, you don't mean he'd blow his brains out? Indeed, in recompense for his blunder. Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? Yeah, we wouldn't. I hope this guy stays alive. I love him. Look at this! What could this lovely big shiny box be? That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such a thing in your own country. Oh my! Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen a while? Oh, what are we listening to? Oh, that's nice. Ah, what a sublime sound! It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. Oh, so it's like a vinyl. My goodness, what a simply delightful machine! Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Ah, science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace. Wait, what's over here? What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items, offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale, at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now that you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit! What else is there? A lot of clocks. People are selling a lot of these. What's over here? Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows we're looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope. Fascinating! It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself. Oh, I should be delighted to! Excuse me a moment while I just have a look. As for what you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Oh, okay. Alright then, I'm going to try it out. Oh, I'm going to try it, per se. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see! At once! Oh, alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed? Like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Oh, what are we looking at? Huh? What the? I don't believe it! It's just a photo. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Can I look at it again? I should have probably, like, tried to be cross-eyed myself, because it was... Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? Didn't you just say it was technology? There's no magic, my dear madame. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. Alright. What else do we have? Oh, right here. Look at this! Whatever could it be used for? I have no idea. Ah. What is it? There's a small catch just here. Look! We're going to open it, aren't we? Huh? Oh my, that's amazing! It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism! Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before. What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing! No, nothing at all! Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Oh, are these like a pair of binoculars or something? That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th April, today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. Perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windibank. And who was it who walked out here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see? So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Oh, what? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I can offer no more. Huh? Oh, what's going on? It's just like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you had even a proper butcher at it? I've seen all I needed to see, young girl. Oh! Oh, it's her! Wait, don't wait, no. I'm sure I recognize her. Oh, yes! It's the young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago. Yeah, it's the pickpocket. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Oh, what are you doing here? Yeah, she has the gun. Hi, Gina. Gordon Bennett, you lot! Oh, you brought the gun with you! You have it with you! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Eh? Well, you remember me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing in there? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel. Sorry, coat, Abby. What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day. Unless I'm much mistaken. You wouldn't be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah! Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windibank on your behalf. Pull the other one! I don't need no help from some stuck-up D! Get out of my business! Go on, or I'll make trouble for you! As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. Oh, bye, Sholmes. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand? Oh! Some kind of metal disc? And you! Go on! Leave me alone! Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Sasata-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Oh, what are you up to here? Can we talk to you? Oh, we can. Okay, Gina Lestrade. I feel like we should probably talk to Lestrade first. Pawnbroker's customer. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it! I know what you're thinking! That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase! Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? Alright then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how the best sense of that, really. She's cool, I really like her. Suppose. Sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear! That thing belongs to me! The disc that Mr. Windibank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Alright. I like Lestrade. She's so cool. Mr. Strahd's disc. Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the middle disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays. Yeah, we just inspected one.
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I won't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well...
He? Who?
Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc is worth good money, I know it is.
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ah!
Alright, what's up with Kina? She's been in before, of course. This little tattered demolian. I see. Brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me.
So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Huh? Ah, a storage ticket. So, Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Right, yes. That's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windibank. The little scamp is wearing it, madame. Oh, the coat? Oh. That's the overcoat she redeemed. Oh.
Whoa, what's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all of this? She's trying to sell it. Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn. If the girl and I can agree a price. Oh, new article. Okay. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket, and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I'd understood it? That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as that little Melfin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you must mean... Oh, it was in her pocket?
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady?
Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly that, madame. And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would.
Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place?
Well, me?
It really doesn't appear to be your size.
Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it?
Is it, Mr. Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Yeah. Sorry, bud, you're not passing the test here. Out of my way, please. Oh, who's this? Oh, who are you? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Oh, you did not need to do any of that. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What was the problem, eh? There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. Oh, Mr. Windibank. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know to wait in line. Well, you're an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am? Question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You mean from you? Broker? Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my! Now that's a lie! What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say... What did you just do? What? Wait, that was so unnecessary. I need to take a sip of water. Give me a sec. Okay, water has been redeemed. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's. Or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Yeah, we should. Alright. The gentleman's accusation. Mr. Strahd, is what the gentleman is saying... What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't ever laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it! I swear to God! It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little guttling ran into me. I knew at once what would happen. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again. Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. You did not need to do any of that. Now then, relinquish my overcoat! Come along now, Mr. Strahd. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on! Why is everyone thinking it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one? I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it! No, I have evidence, naturally. You what? You do? Okay, what's your evidence? Evidence that the article Mr. Strahd redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'd be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes, brilliant! I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Huh? Oh! I'd never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking you to redeem them? Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Oh. Of course. It's... Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without a doubt. A watchword? Interesting. Watchwords. Oh, it's like they're given a word password basically. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank. Just as I explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers who— Oh, hi, Sholmes! Certain customers would want to keep, would like to keep their activities a secret. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets! Not at all! Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give them the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir. Yes, just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago, on 15th February. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir. Wow! Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt. Wait, so why'd she steal it then? Can I guess not. He's not in that corner anymore. Where did he go? Okay, we talk to you. How about you? Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. That was so gross. You did not have to do that. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup, dressed with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theoretical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Yonosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikotoba, and I'm Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I see. My name is Benedict. Yes. Eggert— What? Eggert Benedict! Okay, what's the deal? What's the deal with your name here? Okay, Eggert Benedict. Can you stop doing those? Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. Now, to the matter at hand. Can you stop doing that? My overcoat! Return it at once! To someone with the style to carry it off. Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him. Is this overcoat really yours? Oh, I guess it fits him perfectly. So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. Can you stop doing that? It's gross. With such responsible rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a driver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this one? Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc. Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Say it too, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. And I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. That disc is mine.
Oh, what are you doing?
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Oh, it's bloody.
Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc.
So because of all those sharp little bumps. That man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Oi, you take it.
Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it. Mr. Strahd, why is this just so important to her? Oh. The piece of music which remains unidentified is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions. Oh, court record.
You there, in the name of Black Livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars.
Ugh, what do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Sholmes, help me! Sholmes! Sholmes, help me! Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest in there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Huh? You good? So, you've found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I wouldn't call it fellowship per se. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst you, as you shrewdly observe, gnawing on the only friend I have left, the 7% the solution of caramel. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Then, why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse in here, you know. Yes, I overheard most of your conversation. Or rather, my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You were really sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences were correct. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again? My dear madame, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much would I pawn it for? Oh, what do you got? It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another one of his flashes of inspiration. Who knows if it'll help to solve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Let's listen to it. What's your deduction? Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where in the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later.
Harsh. Can this guy stop doing these motions? And pray, who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Eggert Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritable encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon? First is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed.
Oh! You already... Huh? He already pinned it down and he wasn't even here for it!
And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with the intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned white as a boiled egg. It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I had hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. Oh, Sholmes, what you got? So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes's Logic and Reasoning Spectacular! Oh, the great deduction. The game is afoot! I like these. These are fun. Mystery Man's Aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocketeer, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Oh? Oh, you've got it in your hands! As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. Are you sure? The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement for this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. AG? Oh, that's gotta be your initials, right? Your name isn't actually Ex Benedict at all. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an controvertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the using fur rule. Okay, no, it's the initials. It's the initials. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. Hi, Sholmes. Yet any detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. Oh! Oh, it's not a cane! You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Oh, you were trying to pawn the cane, weren't you? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. Oh, the handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. I don't think so. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. I think it's the fact— I don't know. This is wrong. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Okay, I think you got it a bit wrong here. It's the broken handle of a shovel. Well, are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. Sholmes! What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir! A wickedly calculated crime. The tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. No, that is completely incorrect. Okay, great crime. Okay, this is the other one. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Gain needs to stop that. Oh, there's a thing broken over there. Some long forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reaction could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there's ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Oh, you're eyeing something in the distance. And your furtive glance is more than telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice, counter to which your eyes were riveted. No, it's a gun, isn't it? It's the gun! This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewer cell, has it? By excavating the ground underneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? No, he's trying to get the gun so that he can rob the bank next door. In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by the dint of underground tunnels. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Lurid screen, sorry. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. I don't think so. A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway, and the government has provided extra funds to complete its vast centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. I think that is incorrect. We're gonna have to do some redirecting here. Okay. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. We're gonna have to do some redirecting here. Mr. Sholmes? Well, Mr. Naruhodo? An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in the vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence. It is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Rexing told me, in the strictest confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. Ah, and if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly it is because the man is a criminal. What if we didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't know, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here, after all. On my life! I assure you I am not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. And not in your hands, preferably. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in her next time next to Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo! An excellent idea! Ah, ha, 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 ha. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to the great deduction again, and let's see if we can massage it into shape. Alright, let's do a bit of fixing. Very well then. Let us start once more from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes is magnificent! Logic and reasoning spectacular! Alright. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes! Okay. And it's not just tunnel underneath the Pawnbrokery. Okay, here's the first part. Ask yourselves... I followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket, but that is most certainly a lie. The truth isn't very different. As a real That's where you went to the shop in the first place as a staff recruitment flyer. I think that's incorrect. So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is where? What did Mr. Benedict here What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? The message on the back of it. Scribbled writing. Oh! Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here! I don't believe it! What is it? Listen to what it says! Name, Pino Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's the detailed description of Miss Lestrade! Goodness! There's even a sketch of her, head and all! Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in that face for sure. Hey look, the details of the shop have been written down here too! Winterbank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street. Redemption deadline, 15th April. There's today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of— Oh, he's here to steal the coat. Info about Miss Lestrade.
Take that!
It's this. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of this flyer pertains to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery here. Ah! You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Winterbank's Pawnbrokery. Today, the redemption deadline for that overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. Oh, he stole this from her. He's trying to steal this from her. You have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. Alright, here it is. I've had this for years. Of course, not down there. The missing ferrule is not that. What's a ferrule? Is the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo? Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound on the pavement. Yes, exactly. Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing this on the cane. It doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. But the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. When you hold it like that, it's kind of rough. Must be the initials. Look here, Miss Susato. There's some letters on the handle. Ah yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So Herlock Sholmes would be S.H., you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh. A.G. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? Yeah, you said your name was Eggs Benedict.
Take that!
Alright. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initially. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? You just came up with that on the spot. We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are E.B. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your graphs a cane bearing the initials A.G. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. You said before that you've had that cane for years. Ugh. So don't try to tell us that you borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Ugh. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you advertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Alright, here we go. Is truth behind this Raji Bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle. No, that's wrong. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Mr. Shroud redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Mr. Shroud from a written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Is it? Oh, it ripped!
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ugh. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ugh! This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windibank. Ah! But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. Ooh. He's been making money off of this. It's not to steal the Great Exhibition's reserve funds. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd! To suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to flinch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner, using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I have possibly known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered! As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword pertaining to the pawned property of another. The methods are revealed by the council notice on the— Nope, that's not the right one! It's not the right one! It's the book! The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Which is a pity, because all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windibank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Windibank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, how could this gentleman have found the watchword there somehow? Is it this— the notelet? Look at this, Mrs. Otto. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windibank has scribbled to himself. Let's see. What does that say? Oh! Professor! Alright, yeah, he notes it to himself. Mr. Windibank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him, right before their eyes. In an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear. I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? Alright, it has to be here.
Take that!
Take that! The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the pawnbroker here followed the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for their watchword and notes down the response entered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing of a diligent pawnbroker, but his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Mrs. Lestrade. Oh! In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windibank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal a pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan?! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? It's because of the music disc. For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less the worthless music disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about! Okay. Another interesting piece of evidence. It is not. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box that was in one of the pockets. Mr. Windibank is even worth a penny, and yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence. Yeah. Okay. Better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected. Where's the court record? Oh, there it is. Can we examine it? Oh! McGilded! Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck to the reverse of the side of the disc. Look! And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For Mr. McGilded. For Mr. McGilded. McGilded? Could be. But it is Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget, for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? Here we go. In the court record. Yeah, there's a bit of blood on it now. Look at all the little bumps in the disc. They're so tiny. Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggard Benedict. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Ouch! Just thinking about it hurts. It puts me off eating radish. Alright.
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that? On the back! It reads, for Mr. McGilded. Ugh! This guy. Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, aren't you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you've squeezed yourself into. Ugh. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. The final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today... Hell yeah! Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Dog! I say we caught you red-handed, buddy. By Mr. McGilded. Deduction complete! Elementary! Let's go! Not bad for our first return. Well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mr. Zotto. Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the cook could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is April 15th, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see. What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th February. Oh! It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. At 10:30 in the evening, it's precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Oh, what were you up to? You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... You have a gun?! I must insist you hand over the music disc now. It'd be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What do I do? Absolutely not! There are some things a man must protect, at all costs. This may well be one of those things. And again, it may not.
Hold it!
Huh? Mr. Windibank! This is my shop! I can't allow any harm to come to my customers! If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life! No, you should be, shooting someone else's self-defense here, buddy! Mr. Windibank, no! Alright, that's enough. Oh! Let's go! Inspector Gregson! Inspector? That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of their dedicated emergency lines, so we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise me! You're here at last! I've months away from forfeiting my own life and my own establishment! It would seem you have the upper hand. Yeah, get out of here! And return the coat while you're on it. What? You'll all have some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windibank very nearly met with his end. And us too. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And the whole of Britain could meet with his end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What? What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter. It's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Oh! He's getting away! After him, lads! Whistle the beat officer, too! Bro, Bruce spun away! There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently, so we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector! I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Oh, yes? I'll be taking whatever it is of Mr. McGilded down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't! Don't give it to him! That's mine, it is! Mine! I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to Mr. McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. Capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Oh. And so, we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson, and were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. To be continued. Alright. Yes, I would like to save. And that is also where we're going to end for today. My throat is starting to reach its limit. We got some good progress though, even in 2 hours? Alright. No, please! No, please! No, please! Let me go! Please, let me go. Okay. Let's head back to the title screen. No. Yes, let's return. I just saved. Alright. Well, ooh, different spot here. But thank you guys for stopping by. If you like, come join the Discord server. We have fun here, I swear. If you want to see past streams, then come look at the YouTubes. And if you're, if you want to see my art or other people's art, come look at my Twitter. But Twitter's kind of dying. Come look at my Tumblr instead. But that's all I've got for you guys tonight. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye bye!